I'm Heidi Neck. I'm the Jeffry A. Timmons Professor of Entrepreneurial Studies at Babson College, and I'm also the Faculty Director of our Symposium for Entrepreneurship Educators, where we train faculty how to teach entrepreneurship. The article that I'm talking about today is coming from an upcoming book called The Entrepreneurial Leader. And my particular chapter is on thinking like an entrepreneurial leader, and we advance a concept called cognitive ambidexterity, which is firmly grounded in the great work of Sarah Sarasvathy and her theory of effectuation. We do an exercise in our classrooms called the Quilt and Puzzle exercise to demonstrate the two different methods or modes of thinking. One mode of thinking is the prediction logic, and the other mode of thinking is the creation logic. So imagine this. You have your students, and you put them into a room, and they're separated into groups, and in each group they're given a puzzle. And all you tell them to do is put together this puzzle. And so they get at it, they're working at this puzzle, because we all know how to put together a puzzle. But then one by one out of each group, you take a student and you bring them into an entirely different room. And it's a blank room. The only thing in this room is a couple of tables, and on this table is fabric. And you tell the students, hey, I need you to take a few pieces of fabric and start to create a quilt. They look at you like you're crazy. They're like, what? Yes, you just take some fabric and you start to put together a quilt. So they get busy. I go back into the puzzle room. I start pulling out other students from their puzzle groups, and I bring them into the quilt group, and I tell them the same thing. Take some fabric, join a team, and help them start creating their quilt. And again, one by one, I go from the puzzle group, take students, and bring them into the quilt making group. Eventually, all the students that were working on puzzles go into the room where they're all creating quilts. And they're still not sure what's going on, and then we have a wonderful debrief around the difference between putting together a puzzle and creating the quilt. The puzzle is analogous to managerial thinking. The quilt is analogous to entrepreneurial thinking. The puzzle, you have all the resources there. All you have to do is put them together in a specific way so you get to that end goal of that beautiful picture at the end. The quilt, on the other hand, depends on the fabric that you have, the people that join your team, how you put it together. The design of the quilt emerges over time. You cannot predict what the outcome is going to be. So in a really simple exercise, we're able to show students that the difference between entrepreneurial and managerial thinking is as simple as a puzzle versus a quilt. But the question I have to all of you who are likely educators watching this video is, how are we teaching? Seriously, how are we teaching? Because I probably would place a bet that we as entrepreneurship educators are probably teaching more puzzles than we are quilts. And in this day and age, in an environment characterized as the highest levels of uncertainty that we've ever seen, we have to start teaching quilts. So I hope you read the article, and I hope you enjoy it. Thanks for watching.